It's coming up. I've drained my freaking resources, but I want to get my garage up, get my tech up. So I'm hitting monsters or zombies for resources, and plus I'm only about 15k power ore away from my next level 4 equipment. So I'm trying to get as many materials together as possible. So multiple birds with one stone type deal. Um, so I can hit 330s at a time, but can't find 30s half the time. I'm stuck hitting 29s. They'll all be right in front of me at the capital mud, which is what slows your march down, so nobody ever hits them. I mean, occasionally people do, which, resets them, I guess, but it'd be 2 minutes to go to right here. It would take me 5 minutes to hit this monster or zombie. Hell with that. And I can't cross up to this one because of the way I placed myself this time. I have to cross over the mud to get here. If I would have put myself out a couple spots on the other side of my farms like I usually do, or right here, then I would have been able to do it. So, getting me some mineral. Yesterday, I hit 50 monsters, or 50 zombies in a row, literally. Just all I needed was 50k steel, and I get 18k per 29, roughly, or 30. And it took, I hit all them monsters and all them zombies, and still, I think I got 2 of them with steel. I still got 4 farms to do yet, my steel farms, but I'm not in a rush. I didn't want to play some Infinite Zombies. I haven't played in a long time on here. And in my, I've missed a few even. I've just been so damn busy. But I've tried something a little bit new. See, I'm sitting here in 4th. I gotta beat this guy. I'm tired. So, I'm placing this here now. Placing one on the inside. And then doing things a little bit differently. That way they are under slowdown from the get. And then I put this one here, so I can put that there, that one, and then I'll stick my machine gun. My stats. These are my stats, basic. My laser isn't the strongest anymore. My miniguns are. Let's speed it up. Here we go, starting off with the ridiculous rewards. I don't even call them rewards. Give me a chance of stacking up nukes. That'd be cool. There we go. My daughter thinks talking to her. They'll like to let her think that if she likes. Excuse me. What are you doing, you goofball? Damn. That's where that is, under the couch. So far, so good. Another nuke. I'm keeping it slow so I don't have to fix my mistakes all the time. But you see how I have everything covered with the slowdown. Everything. At no time are they traveling without it. Now you gotta decide when it's time to add a weapon or strengthen. I gotta get a, an extra launcher in here. How you doing? Mom like the fuck. Mama like the fuck. uh, does your mom know you have that name? I'm sure she might not laugh at it, but I think it's pretty comical. Do you want the remote? Leave me alone. My daughter bugs me. If you haven't watched a lot of my videos, I'm in. No, she'd laugh for sure. She loves. Yeah, my mom would laugh at it too. We trained her. Me and my many brothers and sisters. Uh oh. Uh oh. You broke it. I didn't want to have to use a nuke here, but for preservation, actually, too late. I'm not using it and it not killing everything, so I get the power ore. Yeah, that's what this channel was made for, to help explain things the way I see it anyway. It's just based on experience. Um, I think I just had like a natural knack for this type of game, I guess. I was an asshole for a very long time in these games. And that was because that's how this knack developed, because I was good at the game, but I wasn't spending. And so I wasn't favorited. I could teach you how to play, but I wasn't the cool guy that everybody wanted to make, king or um, ask for leadership or whatever, even though they would behind the scenes be messaging me all the time for um, opinions and direction, etc. So when I bumped heads with leadership one too many times, I just bumped heads all the time, and I would end up being without the alliance. Scarlett, stop. She dropped her toys down in a big flower pot. She can't reach the bottom. So, um, that's how I developed this skill. How do I manage them? Well, I have some videos showing it. I've already done a couple of them. I mean, it takes me just a couple minutes to do, but it's not like it's fun to do. It's fun when you really have an objective, but once you've like gotten to that point, because it's more anxiety and needing to get it accomplished that gets it built. And then once it's there, sorry, my daughter's climbing up on the fireplace. Once it's there, she dropped the remote down the flower pot. You're bad. Once it's there, then you're like wanting to benefit from it. And all tower damage, that's my favorite one. You start getting used to whether you would have gathered enough in a day for the next big step that you want to accomplish or whatever. That's where I'm at, where it's just like redundant. But I owe a good buddy for helping me get my 30 up and running before this void. I had to screenshot a few reports. Dude loaded me with like 6 million, 6 or 7 million mineral and lots of. So annoying, making I personally got 2 15s and making the third 15 now. Well, that's the thing. If you're gonna have a bunch of farms, do them all at the same time, and then just spend a couple minutes on each one. Just run through them, and then depending on what stage you're at and how long your timers are, just even if your timers are only 5 minutes each, and you don't get on for a couple hours, at least then you know that you can spend a couple minutes to run through all of them again, and set all them timers going again. So it'll be a lot of switching, but it still doesn't take that long. So you just got to make yourself do it. But that way, you have them, and you're doing the redundant, annoying, repetitive shit early together, and then depending on how many mines you're getting and how well you can attain the resources, you might make only a couple of them, bring them up to 15 or 20, 13 or 20, whatever steel was, I forget, and leave the rest of them, for just steel at 13 and only take a couple up to 20 at a time. That way, you never lose your steel income, and you can take your farms and drop the alliance and then just hit all the other farms with one farm one day and build them all. Okay. Well, my officers really aren't that great on that 22. I don't get on it that often, to be honest. That's only because I've been so busy, and because I'm doing multiple games. So, but to achieve the best is to take advantage of everything, like you just do the best you can in the Tyrant of Doom because you win officer chest. I think that's the one, officer chest from the Tyrant. Or maybe you don't from that. But I know you win them. You do your exploration on that third. I think he's telling me to go for the 1200. The exploration, I think, on that third one, you get the officers, and then you got your that you win them on. Void War. The territory defense. I mean, even if you got a small account, if you got a lot of troops and you know how to place them, you can do well on the zombie uprise, and that'll win you a bunch of them too. But the real factor is how you trade them. You can get currency from skills. I mean, on a non-spender account, you kind of gotta. You can't really be strong, well-rounded. You kind of gotta go with the basics. And so I, stick with the defense and the HP and defense and the regular attack. So Tifa is my favorite, I think, because that's in any situation you have the attack. I'm not going to do very good on this, even though I had them nukes. I didn't get anything else, really. I didn't get the big buildup of sorry. Trying to decide whether I want to restart the round. Damn, just missed him. Yeah, this is the one I should have been able to save my nukes for. But, so, in the trading, you don't want to sell purple officers if you don't have to, unless of course it's an account that you're not going to be an offensive player in. Then you could sell things like Panda. Like, even if you're going to go offensive, 2K, you probably don't spend any time in it then. Even if you're not going to go, if you're going to go offensive, then you want Panda. But if you're not going offensive on a regular basis, and group attacks doesn't count, I'm talking solo, because Panda only will help you solo or if you're the first to the target. If your team's relying on you to be the lead. If you're setting the rallies, if your team's the one relying on you. Okay? So Panda is only for attacking. That's it. Same thing with what the hell's his name? The Arth? No. It's one of them blue guys attacking HP. I can't remember. The Bull is defense. That's pretty bad when I can't remember their names. Let's see. Let's go to that. Since you guys are asking the question, here's how it goes. So this is obviously my 30, so don't pay attention necessarily to the stars and what have you. Because what I do is I buy the elite envelope pack. I don't buy. So you go to this, and it's always selling that officer. Like this one, Alexandria, that one I would buy if I'm getting close. If buying this pack is going to get me the next star, which it might, I'll buy it. I haven't even bought the gold because gold is only something that I'm going to spend on things that aren't really going where I'm going. And I'm not trying to, right now, I'm just trying to take it easy on blowing money. Unless I'm really, really enjoying an event and I really have to win it or something, then I might. But I'm kind of lax right now. So anyway, don't let me get too sidetracked. So I don't buy those officer packs. I buy the Elite Envelope Daily Spec, which comes every Sunday night. So the beginning of the week. Every week it starts $2 and gets 9 of them. You can spend, I think it's $5, and you can do it 2 more times, $10, 3 more times. But you hit that, and you can land eight cards. 8 purples in one spin. I'm talking about this right here. Every Sunday night they have a daily special for this guy. Down here, bottom right, Elite Recruit. Yeah, that's where it's at. Because you pay $2 for 9 of them, okay? So you can do just when in case spend on war or it becomes expensive. Yeah. Well, War and Order, I'm so built. There's really nothing for me. It's just endless War and Order. I'm not building up to anything anymore except Ozurite. I mean, that's it. It's just Ozurite and artifacts, and those, and your Colossus, and those are endless. I mean, if I'm gonna spend on that one weekend, I'm gonna want to spend on it all week for the next thing, and every time I get the next thing, it's gonna be that much more expensive to get to the next thing. I mean, I already have 2 C35s with T11 Angels. My main C35 is already level 5 Mystic, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff done. But anyway, all right, the pack is right here. You can go to your gold bar. All the way on the left is daily specials. That's what you want to check. All right. It's not going to be here until tomorrow night. Tomorrow night it will be here. $1.99. You get 7. Every time it goes to the next stage, it's a little bit worse of a deal. But if you're looking for something specific, that's what you got to pay for. So when you get those elite envelopes, you get the chance. You hit this recruit 10 times. So you're getting one free card when you're recruiting for 10 cards at the cost of 9. That's a start. Second, it's random, and you can win like 3. I've won 3 purple officer 8 cards in one spin. Okay, then I've gotten nothing in a spin. You never know. But when Alexandria and Zeus were released, I didn't buy. Everybody was buying they introduce it. They always introduce something, and then it's very expensive route to get it to start with, and then you wait. You don't even have to wait that long. Yeah, I know, right? Totally. I did. Because I was talking about it all day. Because one of the guys saying, yeah, he already bought the packs. He's already got both of the officers, and I was like, I'm waiting on mine. I'm gonna try that elite envelope pack. That's what I call it. I don't know if that's what it's called. Elite envelope pack, and sure as shit, I spent $1.99 and I got both of them. I think the one the first time, and then I spent the $5 and I got the other one. Either way, it's $6.99. I would have paid for $6.99 wouldn't have gotten me the officer. I would have had to pay the $6.99 plus the $10, $16 for each one. So that's $32. Instead, I spent $7 and I got both of them. How you doing? Some of you probably can't understand. I was viewing one of my videos yesterday, and it did have captions. Now, I don't always speak so clearly, so the captions were a little off. Yeah, I'll show you. Sorry, I have what's called social anxiety, where when I'm talking, I got a billion things going through my head at all times. So, that's not the one you want to see. You guys want to see this one. All right, so Tifa. The reason that I have melee HP on there, and I haven't gone all in on it, I could upgrade it again, is because Tifa is all around her skill alone, but my main play, I'm an offensive player. I like to attack people. Melee HP is infantry health. Infantry attack really is useless. Their attack is not going to be the winner of a battle. Okay. So for in my major attacking, I want my front line strong because the front line just standing there. Front line doesn't have to kill shit. They can put bubbles over their heads. It doesn't matter. All they got to do is stay there, stand up as long as they can, and so that's why Aeon here, she is awesome because look at her. She's got attack, defense, and HP. And then what I do is I back her up with the attack and HP, then the defense, and I'm trying to get this 4-star, so I got quite a few fragments to go. But I just wait it out. I wait it out, and by chance I get what I get. But as long as I'm smart with all the other things that I do, then I'll be able to get by without sacrificing too much. So Aeon's great because she rounds all bases. So the next thing I'll put on her is the melee HP. But like I was saying, melee HP is more of an offensive frontline stat. It's good in all ways, but what I'm saying is that if you're going offensive, you're going to want to use HP because that is the health that is going to be the neutral factor that makes a long life. A few months ago, people were just using one troop in back. Yes, that is the case. That's when you're going big, you can afford to do that because everybody, when you're doing a stack, my daughter is just being crazy. She's walking around, singing, playing. If you're doing a big stack, first of all, you got to remember Age of Z is new. So most of the castles we're going to be fighting aren't well-developed castles. So second, you got a bunch of people, and Age of Z's formation is completely different from ever played because it's mirrored and reversed, meaning you're opposing sides, and then the wall defense of the castle. That's what makes the whole thing. So in like a tower, a capital battle, or something that's not in a castle, that's when you're going to want your front line, because it's going to come to that front line holding up, because when you're hitting a castle, that defense wall is attacking everything. Okay, there's one weapon for the wall defense. There's 4 different ones, and the missile, there's 2 of them that affect the back line. Not counting the troop. The troops also have skill boosts. Let's see which one is it that has one of these. Each text dealing large amount of damage to single enemy. Damage prioritizes the backline units. So you see, at any time, this launcher could have its special bonus, and it's going to hit your back line, even if you still have front line. So you get what I'm saying? With all my words of a mess, the point is that we have no way to 100% cover our back line. All right? So, but if you're going to go into an attack with a matching alliance, right, you send the 1-1-98, as they call it, 1 front, 1 mid-range, and then 98% back line. It's going to come down to who's got the stronger back line, who sent more troops. Plain and simple, but you're also going to take huge losses on your back line, which is the troops that you never want to have to replace. You always want them, whether they're sitting at home or whether they're in the march. You don't want to be replacing your back line. You always want to be replacing your front line. You want them to be your disposable troop, and because they have higher. If you go into battle and you send some front line, everybody's going to take some losses on front line, but they're still going to have their killing force. They're not going to have to replace it. So they're still deadly. If somebody goes and attacks them at their home base, you got to remember, at home, you just get wounded. You're not taking losses, and your killing force is your back line. So you want them to survive no matter what. You want them overall to survive, because no matter where they are, those are what is going to get you the kills. Those are what's going to win you the battles. So, but front line's going to buy you time. Mid-range, I cannot find a single way to make mid-range work. I cannot. Even if I take full back line out, the mid-range just gets unloaded on. The back line is tearing them apart. As soon as the front line goes down, boom. They're gone. There's a lot of mid-range stats. There's a lot of different things. There's, the same availability for stats and everything. But no matter what, I can't figure it out. Unless you go, and stick with one parity. Parity meaning even, or if you're going with evens, you got T10. You see a lot of guys, they go up, they send their shredders, their bikes, and their lasers, and snipers. Okay? All even troops. If you send your odd assault cannons with that formation, one or the other in your back line is going to get buried. One of them's going to get flanked and tore up, because the fight's going to go to one or the other. And normally they go for your snipers last. So your cannons are going to get shit on if you got snipers in there. And then also, the reason that I don't do that is because if you go and you send into a huge battle with bikes and shredders, you're always going to take damage on your shredders. All right? And they're expensive to replace, but they reduce damage to your full army. They have a shielding effect, and the way that I don't know. I did testing. There's a video on it. I don't understand completely what it is that, I guess it is the shielding effect. You just can't physically see it. But the bikes are going to get tore up. They're great killers. They're great in defense. You will be unstoppable if you got laser cannons and bikes and shredders sitting at home. Nobody's going to. And then assault cannons are my favorite. Assault cannons, tanks get kills, but they also die. So front line's always going to die. Infantry I've found no use for whatsoever. Literally, they do a troop load, but they're not even a good troop load. Launchers suck. I don't like launchers. I keep a few at home because they'll hit the back line when there's front lines standing. But I won't send them. I'll send the miniguns. Miniguns have a better troop load than launchers, so it'll double as a troop to send to a tile if you have to. But they get a lot of kills, and they stand in a good position. They stand on the right side, in the middle, right in front of your snipers. So they block your snipers. So when you lose some miniguns, you're saving some snipers. And snipers are a weak force. They're great killers, but they're weak force. There's a lot to it. I know that this video didn't originally start out for that, but I guess you're gonna have to play it back because I talk fast. But we'll get back to the officers real quick. So for Tifa, obviously, she's always all attack. So in any situation, she's adding attack to my troops. So I'm all in on her. I'll spend, fearlessly upgrade her and know I'm doing the right thing. Panda is not going to be there for me with his specialty, but those passive skills that I have under him, the long range attack 10 and long range expert 9, those are always there. So that's an extra 15% attack. I like Zeus. That is what I'm going to get to. Now, again, remember, these two officers, Alexandria and Zeus, they're not available. I have not yet, not once, seen them where you can trade for them. Okay? So, unless you're buying them, or unless you're lucky when you spin the envelopes, you're not going to get them. Also, a few thousand shredders, one bike, just snipers and special troops. All right, so if we're going to get into formations, I'll get to that in just a second. Damage is the most important stat. Okay? Damage is going to be it's going to be the winner. Okay? Because somebody's got to have the upper hand, or you got to neutralize it. Meaning, this stat, the damage stat, is not available in anything else. You get it in your extension components, which is most people. There's only 2 spots for them, 2 or 3 spots for damage. Okay, but if you're increasing damage and somebody else hasn't invested anything in damage, so they haven't done take less damage or haven't added to their damage. So if they haven't put take less damage to their skill book, and then you have extra damage in your skill book, you're going to run over them. Even if they got high attack, defense, and health, they're going to take a big, because you have high damage and they have no relieving factor to it. Now, if they have the same, if you guys have offsetting skill sets, so you have like 8% extra damage. I think I have like 15 or something. 8% extra damage, and they have the stat of take 8% less damage, then that factor is basically neutralized. It's no, you guys offset each other, balance, whatever, and then it comes down to your attack and your defense. Now, I don't always, like I said, I don't read books. I don't talk to experts, anything like that. This is all on experience. But in every game that I played, especially like War and Order came out with the damage skill, damage shits all over attack in War and Order. Shits all over attack, defense, and HP in War and Order. Damage is, I did a video last Void. This lady, she has built an amazing castle. She's a great player. She's a smart player. She got caught you know, she wasn't even, I wouldn't even call it off guard. It just, this person must have picked the perfect timing, been watching her, and got that flash attack SOS, and all he did was SOS her. His attack was like 70% less than hers. HP defense, but he had huge attack damage, huge reduced damage from mage, huge infantry damage. I mean, so he just walked all over her army. And she had exact same troops as him in more count than him. So he went into this attack with the same troops, but less of them. But his damage skills just steamrolled her. And she lost like 240 or 400. I think she had like 400 and some thousand troops at home. 450,000, and she lost like 240,000. Look, she's trying to climb under the gate. This is my daughter. This is what I deal with. That's a staircase. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but Scarlett, what are you doing? You what? So damage is something you need to pay close attention to. Yeah, yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you what I got. Now I haven't been investing into War and Order either. Believe me, I go through phases, right? So I got this little girl. I got a 5 foot blonde that will light me on fire if she finds out that what sums I spend sometimes. But I go through phases. When I'm into it, I'm into it. When I'm not, I'm not. Right now, I'm kind of just trying to get my ass back to work is what I'm trying to do. So my focus right now has been on my leg. Is getting my ability back, but my strength isn't there. And I climb on roofs. I mean, I stand on top of chimneys 20 feet up roof line, and have to balance up there and not fall ever for the rest of my life. So, I gotta get my leg in order, and I got this daughter. She's only getting more and more active. So, but anyway, it does come down to a spending game if you really want to capitalize, player to player. If you're going to go for an individual, like I was talking about with Panda, Panda's good if you're going in solo attacks or if you're leading offenses. Okay, but that it's not something you want to invest in if you were not that player. If you're more of a defensive player or you just on attacks, then don't invest. Um, you know, this is what you want. You want Tifa, you want Aeon, you want to have Storm because that's all defense and HP. So at all times that applies. Okay, and then you want your advanced defense because see, I still have it, and I don't even really use it. I don't believe there's no such thing to me as a defense troop or an offense troop. There's just some that are better at offense than others. But if you have a formation and skills that apply and support that formation, they can be anything you want them to be. Certain troops have some certain special bonuses, but those special bonuses can be neutralized by other special bonuses. So as long as somebody's got your scout report, they can know what you got, send something strong to your weak, something to cover your own weak. Then you're gonna want Alexandria when you get her and Zeus, because that way you're dishing out damage and you're taking less damage. And one way or the other, the guy's either going to come in with heavy damage, or he's going to come in with huge damage protection. It's either going to offset, neutralize, or you're going to get the better, or maybe he'll get the better, but it won't be that much better. So you do want to keep an eye on that. You can invest into your blue officers if you like. She's a good one. Of course, everybody should be able to have her at a pretty decent star because they gave away 80. Scarlet, please don't do that. They gave away 80 fragments that one time. Bull is easy for defense. If you're a defensive player, if you're just building a trap. Scarlet, I hate when you make that sound. Stop that. Um, and so if you're a defensive player, see, she starts it again. It's anxiety, I think. What's your problem? Um, if you're a defensive player, then that's what you're going to want to do is invest into bull also. Intermediate attack, that right there. Attacking armies, attacking HP. Same thing as panned up here. Okay, so that's for an offensive player, but still, um, having attack and HP is not as efficient as just having attack. Scarlet, enough. And you can only hold, what is it, six officers? Six attack officers. So there's only so many, sorry, a point. Six attack warfare officers. So there's a certain point where efficiency comes into play. And it's no longer efficient to have every officer because unless the officer serves a really strong point in one situation or serves a good strength in multiple situations. So Panda is worth me investing in, even though he's not going to be helpful in defense. He's a really good spearhead in offense, and that's something I do a lot of. Right? If you're somebody that's a defensive player, you might want to invest heavily into Kingsley because you want to put extreme defense. Then you can handle a very high attack coming at you, and your troops are preserved longer. And then so if you instantly very heavy, then you'd be the castle to reinforce because that battle is going to go on a long time. And Aeon, of course. Aeon in every circumstance, every situation, always Aeon. That, her and Tifa are the number one warfare and your damage. Your Alexandria. You see me wearing, sorry. They go in order of power at all times. But this guy, he's not quite as powerful. So if I'm going into tower defense, sometimes I forget to check my officers for a little dumb shit like that. So I always wear my stronger officers when I log off or whatever. That way, if I jump back on, I'm already wearing it. But as soon as I can get him up, I will relieve Kingsley, and then as far I won't need to relieve anything else. I really don't even take out Panda because of the way that I. Probably my grandparents' phone number. Yeah, so I thought about it for a second, but they really ain't gonna bug them. Half the time they don't even answer the phone. And I think that phone number that came up is probably the fax number. So he calls me from the fax number, so you're gonna be calling a fax machine. Um, I appreciate it though. But yeah, don't let me drag on forever. Yeah, yeah. I when I do live, it's a problem. For the fact that I would be able to switch accounts, so I can show you guys. That's what she's learning about. She dropped her switch accounts, but then all my email addresses come up. You never know who is gonna fuck with what. My phone. I mean, if somebody tries to access my email or get into one of my devices, it sounds like a security. Like it sounds like a freaking fire alarm going off in my house. All my devices make some kind of loud ass noise. So you can't. You better be quick because it'll just shut everything down. All I got to do is hit no, it wasn't me, and then it shuts everything down. Yeah. So Google's pretty good about their security, but trying to think of what other important because Void is coming up. We got Void coming up tonight. You can see I'm working on my T10 laser cannons. They're expensive to build. Here we play. Void. Well, it starts at reset. It's from reset to reset. So, what time is it now? So in 7 hours and 45 minutes, it'll start up. If you see live, if you see whatever notification you get when I just started this up, usually I'll do live when it comes to Void because I never know when to turn the, yeah, laser cannon like the Angels, yep. I never know when to turn on the damn recorder. And half the time I do, I'm telling you guys, it is random when I find things. I never know who's going to hit me. I never know what I'm going to come across, but it is all about timing. If you really want to be a leaderboard player, you just need to develop the skill to do it. Okay? Because it's not about spending money. It's not about it's about all jumping at the opportunity. You got to be active. You got to know what to look for. I can log on for 2 hours in a whole 24-hour event and beat everybody. I've done it. I've done it a many times. Okay, yeah. When the notification bell, I have a few things that I upload, obviously. So hope it doesn't annoy you. But yeah, that's what it'll do if you hit the bell. It should still give you an email or something. I even get an email from myself because I have so many emails and they all like link to each other. So every time I do a live, one of my other emails tells me that Yellow Rush is going live. I'm like, oh really? Who's that guy? But yeah, if you just got to develop the skill, and it takes experience. If you don't have an anxiety problem, it's a lot easier. But when you have anxiety and you got a million things going through, you really just gotta just do it. Just don't think about shit. Just do it and do it and do it and do it. Keep trying, keep practicing. Try and remember your mistakes, and you gotta watch battle formations all the time. You can't just watch the same battle all the time. You can't just watch the same battle over and over and over. But you need to pay attention to important battles and watch them. Hit the record replay, whatever it's called, when you go into a battle. Like this is a farm, but see video replay. You have to look at the check details on both sides. See what was sent and hit that video replay and pay attention to it. Pay attention to counts, pay attention to the stats, and that's how you're going to learn and understand what troops do. So then you can understand what troops you have and whether you're going to be able to win that battle or not, or what you're going to lose. A lot of times when it comes, like you'll see me, I'll be the smallest castle. I'll have one of the highest kills in the smallest castle. When it comes to end of void, you don't need troops for anything but killing. And when I run out of one troop, I mean, I'll just send everything. I just send it all as long as I got the stats for those last points. But I won't send it at a target that I know I'm just gonna like dead end on. You got battle power does make a difference. Person's BP, but your tiers and stats, shit all over theirs, you're gonna steamroll them. All I need for a castle is like 30 to 40% BP march of what their castle is total, and just have much better stats, and I'll steamroll. I'm gonna look for a big ass SOS target. I've only used SOS I think 3 times since I've had it, and I've had it a long time. You can see I'm Lord 41. Kill zombies, guys. Kill zombies all the time. In War and Order, kill monsters all the time. I haven't even been doing that. My mean is only a Lord 51. I mean, there's guys out there with 60s and 65s, and they're shitting all over you. I mean, you got to think about that. Those Lord levels matter, because think about that guy that has not just the extremes with the stats, and this is not something that you go out and buy. Lord XP is expensive as shit if you're going to buy your way up. But this guy could have everything skilled. Mid-range, front line, and back line. All of them. So he's got you beat on skills. When you're buffing, he's already got all those buffs. Then you take into account officers and everything. But this guy, Dave, this C30 in my nation right now has me. I mean, we don't even go for capital. We're the top power alliance. We don't even go for capital because this guy will literally just hit and hit and hit and hit and hit until nobody can. I mean, you heal and you heal and you heal. People start losing over hospital capacity. They run out of speeds and gold. But yeah, he spent like 2 hours just smashing us. He's got like 850% attack, and his defense and HP are like 500 and something. It's probably higher than that. I can't remember what they were before, but think about it. All T10 Army coming at you with 800 and some percent attack, and he's obviously if you're a spender like that, he's got endless fucking gold, and he'll spend $100. Yeah, yeah, and that's the guy right here. Um, right here, Dave Colley, right under me. That's him. Fire Dragon #1 right there. That's his ult. He gave away. He built this frickin' 30. Literally, I think it took him 3 months from the ground up. Maxed out another one. When I was in the alliance that he's in now, well, he came to an alliance. Doesn't matter. I was in the alliance with him, and you would just see every like third or fourth day, it would just be stacked. It would take me like 5 minutes to click all the coins out of here. I go and hit the Lions gift, and I'd just be sitting there clicking and clicking and clicking. It's the big shiny pack, so it's not the ones that click 3 times and then boom, you can clear all. When it's a purchase gift, you got to click them all individually. Yeah, he's good for Void War. That's the problem. That's what I was getting on, the team that he went to, because his scores alone last Void were more than the rest of the Alliance put together. And I mean substantially. I think he had like, between his 2 accounts, he had like 500 million points or something, or whatever, 5 billion points or whatever. I can't remember at what standard these points are up to in this game, but he was like 75% of what our whole alliance was. Our whole alliance does better because we have a lot more good active players, and then this guy just spends a fuck ton of money and gets a shit ton of kills and steamrolls everybody. I mean, if you want to get rich on resources, just go to wherever he is. Hit everything right after he hits it. Give him 5 minutes in a hive. He'll have every castle in there with a full hospital, and you'll just be able to eat whatever's around that's not online to shield. But anyway, he gave away this ult. You're not getting a banana. You already ate it. You need to take a nap. So she thinks I'm talking to her. She's getting a Raw winning crown. Uh-oh. War and Order, we have a rotation. I think somebody's trying to take advantage of the crown. Scarlet, stop it. I'm going to have to get off of you guys. I love it. I love it when you guys are into, what I'm talking about. It's been a long time since I put out a video. And I know that this noise, and what I got to do is figure out. Stop! Scarlet, stop. I got to figure out how to remember to do my notifications off. And then I got to figure out some humane way to lock up my daughter in a soundproof box and throw away the key. But, so I will be back on. I might be back on when she's taking a nap to do something else, check something else out. War and Order. I am doing, if you haven't seen, I'm doing the videos on the new Castle Defense or Castle Protection, I think it's called. I wish they came up with a better name for it. Tower Defense is awesome in this game, right? In Age of Z. Well, they came up with the same thing in War and Order. I'm just going ahead and I'm getting videos out on the easy stuff because people that are struggling with it will look at the videos and because it's new, but until somebody's really having a hard time and they can't get through it, the videos aren't going to get watched. So I'm starting off with the easy ones. I'm just going in. You can only do 3. It's different in War and Order because you can only do 3. So I only got, I think I'm up to 10. I'm only releasing one a night, but or maybe two if you're lucky. But I'm about to start the hards, and when people start struggling and can't beat them, then they'll start viewing. And War and Order does not get the attention like Age of Z does. No, not even close. Not even close. War and Order has been out for a long time, and a lot of players are already developed, and really just they've already learned everything there is. The only thing that I can do is just have some really cool action and production. So I'll try and have good Void War video on that as well. But Age of Z, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna be out there trying to do some backflips and circus tricks and shit. I'm gonna be on a roll. Now I'm hoping that there's something to hit. That's the problem you run into in Void. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's shield. So I jump on right at reset and I go out and try and figure it out because I can afford to port out whenever I want to. So if somebody comes into our realm and starts attacking us, then I'll just port back. But I go out and I take those people that weren't prepared. So I'll see you guys there. And let me see what my stats are right now. Unbuffed, this is when I'm at 218% with no on my ranged attack. Without my full attack force, obviously I don't have my Zeus on, so that would add another 10, 15%. So if I'm buffed up, I think I was like 280 something. So that guy's got 800 and some percent what we were talking about. I mean, think about how much money that guy spent. So you guys be safe, be easy on your wallets, and keep watching. I really appreciate it. I like having y'all to chat with, and y'all help me remember things and enjoy the game. So thanks a lot. I'll talk.